Social anxiety typically starts developing during youth. Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is characterized by intense, self conscious feelings in everyday social situations. People with social phobia have a strong fear of being watched and judged by others. They get embarrassed easily and have trouble facing social situations like public speaking, eating, drinking in front of others, and also talking to people, especially strangers. Most people with social anxiety know that they should not be experiencing this type of fear, but they cannot control it. Social anxiety can be caused by previous emotional trauma, stress, and hormone fluctuations. Now, I would like to talk about the symptoms of social anxiety disorder. There is no medical test to check for social anxiety disorder. Your healthcare provider or doctor will diagnose social phobia from a description of your symptoms, whether it is cognitive or behavioral. So, when you seek help, your doctor will ask you to explain your symptoms. They will also ask you to talk about situations that led or caused those symptoms. The criteria for social anxiety disorder includes a constant fear of social situations due to fear of humiliation or embarrassment, feeling anxious or panicky before a social interaction, a realization that your fears are unreasonable, or anxiety that disrupts daily living. Cognitive symptoms are dysfunctional thought patterns. Individuals with this condition are bothered by negative thoughts and self-doubt when it comes to social and performance-related situations. Here are some common symptoms that a person with social anxiety disorder may experience. Negative bias, a tendency to magnify the social abilities of others and discount positive social encounters by saying the other person is better than me. Negative thoughts, automatic evaluations about yourself in social or performance related situations. For example, if it is your first day in school or at the workplace, the instructor, teacher, or manager asks everyone to introduce themselves to the group. Someone with social anxiety disorder may start having thoughts like, everyone else looks much more relaxed. What if I say something dumb? What if everyone notices that my voice is shaking? These thoughts spiral out of control rapidly to a point that you don't hear anything else. So, when it is your turn to speak, you speak as less as possible and hope that no one notices your anxiety. Next symptom is negative belief. You hold a strong belief that you are inadequate and good for nothing when it comes to social situation or public performances. If these thought patterns continue without seeking help or without seeking treatment, they may erode your confidence over time and you may end up in having low self-esteem. It's better that if you observe these thought patterns on a consistent basis, you must seek help and you must talk to somebody. You must take professional help. It is very necessary. Now we come to behavioral symptoms. People who have social anxiety disorder act in a certain way. They tend to make choices based on fear and avoidance rather than their actual preferences, desires, and ambitions. For example, you may have dropped a class to avoid a public presentation, or you may have turned down a job promotion because it meant increased social demands, or you may have to interact with public more, so you don't take the promotion. Common behavioral symptoms of social anxiety disorder are avoidance, things done or not done to reduce anxiety about being in social situations, safe behavior, actions taken to control or limit experiences of social or performance related situations, escape route, leaving or escaping from a feared social performance. In the final section of the podcast, I would be talking about what happens if you do not treat social anxiety disorder and how can therapy help. And also I will give you a certain number of jobs, roles and job roles that you can perform if you have social anxiety. Extreme cases of untreated social anxiety disorder can lead to isolation, depression, and other anxiety disorders. Untreated social anxiety can cause difficulty with jobs, social relationships, and isolation has its own problems which can disturb your mental health. You may also feel depressed and have low esteem, which may lead to suicidal thoughts. If you have been avoiding certain social situations for at least a few months and have been under severe stress because of it, it is the right time to seek help and get treatment. How can therapy help? The best way to treat social anxiety is cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT. Sometimes psychotherapists and psychologists also prescribe medications. Sometimes they perform both therapy as well as medication. So in therapy, in CBT has the ability to recognize distorted problematic thinking, fueling anxiety and avoidance behavior patterns. Exposure strategies along with CBT helps you gradually overcome these thought-provoking situations which cause anxiety. Generally, it is advisable to take 12 to 16 therapy sessions if you are suffering from social anxiety. The goal of CBT is to build confidence, learn new skills that will help you manage the situation productively, and get this habit of not being scared by social situations. Medications are frequently combined with therapy. Group therapy helps a lot because you meet people who are experiencing social anxiety, who are going through the same situation. So obviously there is a certain level of harmony in group therapy. Your doctor will advise you the best medication, the appropriate dose, and the duration of treatment. So, and I would also say, though like physical surgeries and physical operations treating mental health issues, we cannot see the results quickly sometimes, but be patient and trust your doctor. Let psychotherapy and medication give some time to both, and see, and be realistic about the span of the treatment. Don't give up on treatment too quickly. A healthy lifestyle can also help you combat anxiety. Make sure you get enough sleep, exercise well, eat a healthy diet, and spend quality time with family, friends to garner support. I hope this podcast will help you know about social anxiety disorder, and I have also mentioned the links from where I have done the research, so you can read articles on social phobia. And if you need help, if you need information about how to seek help or a trustworthy counselor, please feel free to contact me. I would share the details. I would share the details of the counselor. Thank you so much for being a patient listener.